you want to know how it is to study in a classical art academy, then this video is exactly for you. My name is Copley-Heissig and I studied at the Angel Academy of Art in Florence. I will show you how after a long time of drawing, we finally start to learn how to paint using methods from the old masters. Furthermore, I will tell you about my hard time painting this cast painting and the challenges I had to go through in order to learn very important lessons. But I will tell you more about that later, so make sure to watch the full video. But finally starting with paint. Not with color though, because we had to start with something more basic first before tackling the complex topic of color. Of course, because the drawing is such an important part of the oil painting process, we had to do certain line and shape exercises with a dry brush technique. These were done in the live model room. The same thing in the cast room. A dry brush drawing and then adding the first few values, already separating the lights from the darks. After school, I would practice these important steps in the portrait club, which was a group formed by Angel students meeting once a week to practice the techniques learned in class and applying them to portraiture. In class with John Michael Angel, we would learn how to work from photos using the drawing method and then adding values with black and white. The same method copying old master paintings. Back in the cast room, we would copy casts from very famous statues and learn how to add all the values in a rough, painterly but accurate manner and how to render everything to very high finish. The same was done with the live model, just using two colors. I then used this gained knowledge in the portrait club in the evenings. Then we would move on to more complicated and bigger casts, where we had to deal with more complex shapes and forms. At the beginning, just using grays for the underpainting, but then finally adding a few colors. Here we learned how not to just make a three-dimensional effect with black and white, but also with subtle chroma or color intensity shifts. After the completion of the so-called first color cast, we moved on to the second color cast, which was the most challenging project so far in the program. Everything learned previously had to be used to tackle this beast of a project. Actually, I felt quite confident choosing this cast. I thought, it's not that difficult, come on, it's just cast painting, no? But I'll tell you, I was so wrong. This cast was so challenging and it took me a very long time to paint it. I was just finishing with my drawing, ready for adding the first paint layer, when my teacher came around saying that the drawing of the archer looked very good, but it was not in the middle of the canvas. What? Not in the middle of the canvas? Come on, it's like just 1 centimeter to one side. According to him, it would look better if the figure was perfectly in the middle. I had spent 2 days on the drawing, but then I thought, okay. I'm here to learn. This was one of the most important things I learned actually. Not being too attached to my underdrawing. I always have to be ready to move something or everything. Painting all the individual muscles turned out to not go as quick as I expected, though I learned a lot about the human anatomy and how to render the individual forms of the muscles. It literally took me many months to complete this painting. Actually, to be precise, it took me 6 months of painting this cast. A very long and difficult time, but I was able to push through the tough working days and learn the important lessons I had to learn. Painting the table already was a small preview to what will come in the still lifes, which is the next step. I will show you more about it next time. But if you can't wait any longer and you really want to know how to paint with color, then click this video here and I will show you how to paint a portrait with color. Of course, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Happy painting and see you next time. Goodbye.